Welcome back to the Fantasy Football Formula. Welcome to week 5 of the NFL season. Today, we're going to be giving you our NFL cards. We each have around 5 picks, including our locks of the week. Another great week in week 4. We've been crushing it. We all have winning records through the first couple
cash money.
So we're gonna try to keep that going here. So I guess we'll start it off. Thursday night football. We got the Colts going into the Broncos. Both their running backs injured, not playing this game. Obviously, Javante's out for the year. Taylor's just dealing with an ankle injury.
Yeah, high ankle sprain.
So looks like we have multiple picks this game. So we'll start off.
Let the homer take it.
Yeah, we'll start off with Corey. You're the Colts fan. Go ahead, give us the rundown here.
I am the Colts fan. It's been a little grim, but it has. It's been a little grim. Defenses looked better. But they look better in the second half than the first half. Offense needs figured out. Jonathan Taylor not being in this week kind of hurts. But with that being said, here's one of my rhymes for this week.
Oh gosh, so this is your lock.
This is so all right. Let's go back to the well. Man, this will be swell. I know we are missing some personnel, but man, this team can gel. 3.5 will do just fine. So give me the Colts to cover this line. 3.5. Matt Ryan 9-5 against AFC West. Colts 9-3 ATS against Denver in the last 10. Colts defense missing Leonard. Our backups did well last week. The game just got a little bit out of hand. Offense needs to step up here a little bit. And everyone's on the hot seat right now. So this is literally a must win for the Colts. If not, you will see significant changes by next week for sure. So like I said, Colts have to win this game. I mean, the Denver Broncos defense is great, but their offense is lackluster over the last couple of weeks. So here, give me my boys in blue. We got this. We're going to win this game.
Yeah, love the homer optimism. A little salty that we can't all hit our locks this week, and you'll be the one losing out here. I don't know why on earth that you think that a revived offense is going to happen this week when you don't have Jonathan Taylor. Matt Ryan looks like the quarterback who was eating popcorn before the game in the longest yard. The guy needs to retire. I think that's obviously clear. You need a new coach. That's obviously clear. Probably a new GM. That's obviously clear. It's just kind of not a great situation for the Colts, but I think the Broncos come out prime time. Russ is he's got your head on the guillotine here, and he's going to let it fall. So good luck to you.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, I don't have a pick between the teams this game, but my pick in this game is over 42. We saw this line open a bit higher, and then, of course, Taylor gets ruled out and the line falls a little bit more. But I honestly think what's going to happen now is you're going to see more plays run in this game because Javonte Williams is out. You have Taylor out, meaning they're probably going to pass the ball a little bit more, which, that's going to increase the amount of plays in this game. And I think the Broncos alone can put up 30 in this game. Like, I really do think the Broncos, they're the team that's going to be gelling together this week, not the Colts. The Broncos will. And I think they alone can put up 30. And then you just need the Colts to put up like a measly, touchdown and a field goal, and you cover. So what, Nick?
Oh, I agree with you. I just like who's going to carry the ball for the Colts? Like, the entire game.
Yeah, it's Nyheim Hines and like
gonna
maybe
get locked down by Surtain,
Yeah.
and that's it. Like, Nyheim Hines is gonna have like 80 yards and maybe a touchdown, but like, what are you gonna go to Mo Alley Cox for like 150 yards? Like, how are you gonna get this done?
No, he had 85 last week, 2 touchdowns. Jelani Woods, 80 yards, and he's had 2 touchdowns. I mean, we're a nightmare matchup with the tight ends.
A nightmare matchup, Mo Alley Cox and Jelani.
I think it's just because you have literally no one else. Like, Alec Pierce,
Listen,
live last
listen,
game.
this is what's gonna happen. The over's the play. I think. Like, who cares if the Colts cover 3? What I just think this game is gonna be way more points. And I'm usually a guy that loves betting unders on Thursday Night Football. And this is a spot where I think the over is the play. With these running backs out, more plays ran. I think the Russ, Sutton, Judy. I think one of Sutton or Judy has a massive monster game here. And yeah, I think this game could get to 50 or more.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my play here.
Sorry, Corey. Better luck next year.
You'll be receiving this cut of this video tomorrow night.
All right. Well, next we have the Giants going into Lambeau to play the Packers.
London.
Oh, this is a London game.
This is a London game.
Oh, so we got an early. Interesting. Okay.
You sound like you're from London.
You from London, mate.
I actually am just learning this, but all right, we got a London game. We'll start with Alex here. What do you got?
Yeah, I got 2 plays from this one. I like the under, first of all, under 41.5. We're basically, if we don't get Danny Dimes, if he plays, he's not going to be super healthy. If he doesn't play, we're either getting Davis Webb or Jake from State Farm against a Packers defense that I think we can all agree is one of the top in the league. Coming off a bad game, probably playing a bit angry. That Packers offense hasn't looked great either. They're still kind of figuring out. Rodgers is still getting used to these young receivers. They're getting used to the offense on top of the travel and basically getting in there Friday night, staying up as late as they can and waking up and probably feeling a bit discombobulated on a Sunday early morning. So first play I like is the under. And then the second, I've got a 2-way teaser going, 6-point teaser between the Packers, getting them down to -1.5, and then the Jaguars, getting them down to -1 against Houston in Jacksonville. So basically getting both of these games as close to a pick 'em as you can. I think Houston's one of the worst teams in the league, if not the worst team in the league. And the Giants are definitely not as good as their record states. So I like putting basically a pick 'em 2-way 6-point teaser in there on those games.
All right. Well, I'm realizing that I have like 4 picks within this game somehow because the Packers are involved in 2, and then they're teased with the over under and a pick 'em. So first we'll go with the Packers, getting them down to 1.5. Like, agreeing with you, Alex. I think teasing them down. They're one of the best teaser picks this week. Going against the Giants with Richie James as their leading receiver, while the Packers have one of the best defenses. Like, the Packers will easily cover this. So that's one pairing. So the Packers -1.5 plus. I'm always fading Brady, but not this week. This week we're taking the Bucks -2, teasing it down from -8. The Falcons are not a good team. This is in Tampa Bay. After all this stuff Brady's gone through this week, I feel like he's going to be, with this divorce stuff, like, I feel like he's going to just be putting absolutely everything he has into this game.
You think he's going to be distracted?
No, I think
not at all.
I think this is going to be like one of the most motivated like, also, aren't they coming off of,
They lost.
They
a
lost
loss?
by
They
10.
didn't lose the week before that. I don't know why I thought, is it back-to-back losses or just one loss?
I think it's back-to-back.
Yeah, I thought it was back.
Because last week I was like, no way Tampa's losing 2 in a row.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm pretty sure it was back-to-back.
Lost to the Packers, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that would've been-
Yep.
Okay, so yeah,
Good
they're
game
coming off
losing streak.
back-to-back losses, and they're getting it done against the Falcons. Pitts is now dealing with a hamstring injury. Pitts, we'll talk about DFS tomorrow. He was going to be I was considering locking him into every lineup I was going to play, because that's how you attack the Bucks. And if he's not out, like, the Falcon and Cordell Patterson's out, like, this Falcons team has legit no one. So yeah, the Packers -1.5 with the Bucks -2. That's one of the teasers that I have paired with this game. The other is the over. So the Giants Green Bay games at 40.5. If you get that down to 34.5, I think the Packers could put up 34 points by themselves against this Giants team. I think Dylan and Aaron Jones are just going to run rampant on the Giants. And New York's going to probably put up a few points, but not much. But I think this is easily going to get to around 37 at minimum. So like pairing that with the San Francisco Carolina over at 33. Just you get it from 39 to 33. The reason why this total is so low is because both Carolina and San Francisco have gone under in almost every single game this year thus far. And so it's artificially, they're going to keep lowering the totals for those games. And then things will regress to the mean eventually. And teasing it down from 39 to 33 seems like a great bet. So pairing the overs with those and then Packers and Bucks is how I'm playing this. But yeah, so that already gets rid of, from these first two games, that's like 3 of my picks. So I'm almost done here. I have a few more left, but
also I'd like to institute that the Saints are no longer allowed to play in London because when they lose, we get toxic PB from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. at night. And it's just not good for anyone.
So salty.
Long day.
Salty.
Yeah, but hey, you guys roast my team and then all your teams lose. So
yeah, well,
so
that's just a PSA for the NFL.
You're watching.
Okay. You hear that, Raj?
Next game we have. Oh, yes, my next pick is in this game. All these early games. I guess I'm gonna know if I'm a big winner or loser early. Seahawks going into New Orleans. I mean, Nick, you can start it off because I just talked about like 3 picks in a row. So go ahead and then I'll give my spiel.
Yeah, I think the Geno Smith, DK Metcalf connection is starting to boil up a little bit. Saw it last week. They're looking pretty good. They put up a lot of points. Their defense is pretty terrible, but I'm not as concerned because Jameis Winston, Michael Thomas aren't playing. Alvin Kamara could be out. It's not looking good for the Saints. I honestly took this one because I think it's going to be a close game, so I like going the points in those situations. Not sure that they pull out another win late in the game, but I at least like the Seahawks plus 5.5.
All right. Now let's look at who the Seahawks have played this year. They've played the Broncos 1 by 1 after they fumbled 3 times on the goal line. So they snuck away with that win. They played the 49ers, absolutely got the brakes beaten off them. Then they played the Falcons and the Lions. So now they get to go into New Orleans to play the Saints, one of the best defenses in the league. I don't care what you're saying about their offense. Their defense has played at an elite caliber this season. And Geno Smith is going to look like old Geno Smith this game. This line makes no sense to me. The reason why it's like this, I believe, is because the Saints are 0-4 against the spread so far this year. And except maybe against the Vikings, I think at the last minute it might have changed and they might have covered that. But any early line, they haven't covered the whole year. Whereas the Seahawks have been covering some of their spreads. And so now this is why the line was only at -4. It's now moved to 5.5, but I got the early line at 4, and it's my lock of the week. The Saints will beat the Seahawks by more than 10 points this week.
You want to put a secondary wager on that, PB?
Yeah, give me odds. I'll look whatever the odds are that they're going to score by more than 10 or more. I'll take them. Man, but yeah, we can do a secondary wager on that, Corey.
You want to try to earn back your $50 you lost last week to me?
Yeah, I do. Except you can give me odds on that, and I'll gladly take it. So then I can maybe take 150 from you or 200.
Oh man, it's so fun just to push that button.
The last time they played a good defense was the 49ers. They lost 27-7. It'll be a very similar score in this game.
Okay. All right. We shall see.
We shall.
We shall.
Kamara is coming back this week. Let's just say that he's gonna have a monster game.
Oh, so now you're the team doctor, so you know his status.
Yeah, he's playing this week.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yep. He checked in with me. And,
We got Raj on the podcast, Alvin
Yeah.
Kamara with his health update.
Yep,
We're coming up, boys.
Yeah. Look at us.
Hit a couple of locks and people start reaching out.
Uh-huh.
So, all right. So there's 4 of my picks in these first 3 games. Now we're moving on to Dolphins at Jets. We'll start off with you, Alex.
Yeah, so this is my lock of the week. Dolphins -3. We sold high on the Dolphins last week and it hit, and now we're buying back low. This line opened up at Jets -6, and I'm not quite sure how it's moved down all the way to
What?
or sorry, +6, and it's moved down all the way to +3
Teddy,
with the
right?
Dolphins with Teddy, but also the Jets barely beat the Steelers. Like they had to come back in the second half to beat a rookie quarterback in like the middle of a game. The Jets secondary has got no shot against Waddle and Tyreek. And I honestly don't think that the Dolphins take too much of a step back with Bridgewater at quarterback over Tua. Plus, as we all know, his nickname is his nickname for a reason. Teddy covers. 67% ATS as a starter against the spread and 24-6, which is 80% ATS on the road as a starter. So give me the
That's true.
Dolphins -3. Take the hook there.
Ooh, man, I did not know that Dolphins opened up at, or the Jets opened at +6.
+6.
That it's moved down so much. Did anyone see Zach Wilson play football last week? Because he's still Zach Wilson and he's still not a good quarterback. I mean, that it might go down as one of the biggest busts at quarterback ever. I mean, if you think about it, like BYU, he had like, I don't know, like 1.5 good years there, and then everyone's like, wow, look at this guy. I mean, he's not a good quarterback. I mean, yeah, he beat up teams in the WAC or whatever BYU plays in, but dude, in the NFL, he's looked absolutely terrible. I feel bad for Bob Saleh. I mean, I know it's New York, and it's a huge job to take, but I mean, the Jets, you can't win with, Zach Wilson at quarterback. I think they have a better chance of winning with Flacco. I mean, it's unreal. The Dolphins defense is going to absolutely eat away at Wilson this week. They're going to get multiple picks. And their offense, I don't think Teddy Two Gloves is going to have to do too much to win this game. I think, they'll move the ball precisely down the field. He's not going to take deep threats. He's not going to need to do that. Just go underneath with Tyreek and Waddle and let them do the rest. So giving the Dolphins here -3. I think they win this game by at least a touchdown.
All right. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't realize. So they think.
So yeah. So get this. So it opened at +6 after Thursday night football. Like it opened
after Teddy was already the quarterback.
Yes. After
Wow.
It opened at +6.
That actually
after
scares
the Jets.
me. That actually scares me a bit.
I don't think that it's going to be much of a game.
No.
Yeah. Interesting though. Interesting. Okay. Well, next game we have Falcons going into the Bucks. I already gave my spiel. I love them in the teaser with the Packers. I think that's probably my favorite teaser of the week. I know my lock was the Saints, but I will say Green Bay -1.5 and Tampa Bay -2 is right up there with it. Like I could see myself having the same amount of money on that game as I do on the Saints. So, or on that teaser as I do the Saints. So go ahead. It looks like we have Corey here. You have a pick?
Yeah. So this game is in Tampa. We've kind of already discussed Brady's lost back-to-back games. I don't
And
know.
his wife.
And his
Oh gosh.
How long was that one
Damn,
sitting in
Nick.
the pipe for, Nick?
0.5 seconds. That was rapid fire.
Quick on your feet, which is a rare occurrence there. But yeah, the Bucks minus 8.5 here. I will say the Falcons have, I think, their only team undefeated against the spread.
Yep.
They're kind of like the Lions of last year. The spreads have been pretty big against them, and they've looked good. But
Makes
again,
me
they're
like
out-
the Bucks even more.
they're without Patterson. Pitts is, if he does play, he's gonna be hurt. Marcus Mariota against this Bucks defensive front and their secondary.
London's gonna get locked down.
Yeah, I just don't see a way the Falcons move the ball. And like you said, Brady's gonna be pretty pissed. He's, been the topic of discussion this entire week on social media, Twitter. He sees it all. So he's gonna come out guns blazing, and I almost want to move the spread just to like 13 and a half.
Dude, this is a game where like I think alternate spreads could be a great bet. Like if you could get like 13 and a half, like I'm serious. Like I'm considering it.
I totally agree. I mean, the connection still with Mike Evans is insane.
I think it's Godwin. I think Evans, like that's
he plays.
One guy, AJ.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Godwin needs to get healthy. So I
think he's healthy.
Well, yeah. I mean, regardless, I mean, this is not gonna be close. Give me the Bucks minus 8.5.
Like I legit, I'm considering not only that teaser have like taking an alternate spread of 13 and a half. I might be, if you can get Bucks touchdown. Like what's their defensive? I don't think they have the touchdown props out. But have you guys seen what like a normal defensive touchdown line is? Is it
like plus 500?
Yeah,
plus 500 to 800. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be taking in this game a defensive touchdown score bet, and I think in the Saints game I'll be taking Saints defensive touchdown. They're two of my favorite defensive plays of this entire week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't hate either of those.
13 and a half Bucks would be plus 146.
Wow, that's nothing.
Yeah,
that is
higher than that.
Nothing.
Yeah, I did think it'd be higher than that, but at the same time, I get it because it's at 8.5, and it's not even.
It's close enough.
More.
And it goes. I'm a big alternate spreads guy. We'll talk about that in a second.
Nick, king of the alternate spreads.
We'll talk about that in a second, but it goes all the way to Bucks minus 23.5. That is highly unusual. It goes to that much.
Nick,
like usually caps off at 17.
Nick, the king, you're the king of alternate spreads, but in the reverse, you're the guy that'll take Bucks plus 50.5, like minus 100,000, include it in a parlay with every other team.
Well, it's funny you say that. Last week I've had a 6-team game parlay in there.
16?
I took the over on all of the alternate spreads, like the lowest over you could go.
What is like minus 200?
And they all hit it like halftime. So free $20.
What was it, like $10 to win 15 or something?
It was $1 to win 20. So this week I'm rolling it over. I put 20 to win 200. It was only plus 800 this week. Not as good.
Interesting. Well,
so we'll see.
All right, Alex, you got some.
See how many weeks I could keep that going.
Yeah. Keep it rolling. We've talked about this game enough. I think Brady comes out pissed off. I took the over 47. Been following this game a little bit on Action Network, and there was some early sharp money on the over, so I just hopped on it, and it's gone up now, I think, to 48.5. So moving in the right direction for me. Over 47.
Bucks might drop 47 just to cover that.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. Next game, we got one pick from here. Lions going in to New England. Very tough spot, Corey. What do you got?
Tough spot.
It is a tough spot. But the Lions are the king of playing close games this year. Even when they seem to be down and out, they somehow magically come back. I don't know if that's the Dan Campbell mentality to bite them off at the kneecaps and, catch up. Or if it's just the Jared Goff magic. Amon Ron St. Brown, he should be back this week, right? That helps out.
He didn't practice. There's a chance he doesn't play.
Okay, so there's a chance he doesn't play. Swift is still probably out as well this week, but they saw last week that Jamal Williams in his place can still do the same. I understand it was against the Seahawks, who are really bad against the run. But the Lions have a great offensive line. And the Patriots are, I mean, they covered last week against the Packers. Zappy came in. I don't know what Brian Hoyer is. Is he still in concussion protocol? I assume that with his age, that he may not be playing. I still have to look into that. And then Mac Jones is still definitely not playing with his ankle, correct? That's
I don't know.
Questionable.
he's still okay. So even if Mac Jones plays, he's going to be very limited and not be able to run as much as he move in that pocket. And you got the defensive line of the Lions who, Aiden Hutchinson's coming off the end. I mean, he could eat this week. So
that great.
I'm
Gonna
just
let that
saying
one
the
go.
Yeah,
I
we're just
will,
gonna let the Lions defensive line slide there.
the Aiden Hutchinson line. What do you mean? He's number one
They're
pick.
They're probably
one
better at
player.
pass rushing than run stopping. I'll give you that. But
Okay, well, like I said, Lions play close games. Give me Lions plus 3.5 here.
nice.
All right. Next game, we got the Chargers going in to Cleveland to play the Browns. And the Browns fan has a pick, but not the side you'd expect.
Yeah. I bet against the Browns once this year and it burned me. So I'm hoping I
back
do like a
below.
little reverse psychology thing in the universe
Reverse
where like,
jinx.
I bet against them and they win.
Reverse jinx.
So yeah, the reverse jinx. So,
This is called a mental hedge right here. You
Yeah.
just
Exactly.
win.
You're gonna win either way.
You
Yep.
win some money if your team.
Yeah. There's only one winning and it's when the Browns get the W, but money comes and goes, but the Browns are forever in my heart. So they're going to lose this week. It's the Chargers. Last year, I think we played them. It was like a pretty big shootout. I think it was like 60 plus points. Still scarred. We lost that game, but I don't know. Morale's kind of low. We just lost to the Falcons. Well, we'll get Myles Garrett back from his car crash incident, but I don't know, starting to feel like the 2008 Browns where, we had a really good team on paper. Then all of a sudden, Kellen Winslow Jr. crashes his bike. Braylon Edwards, probably did something bad and is in jail. So I don't know. It's just
This is
low
just the
morale
Browns
spot
is
for a
going to
Browns
Browns
fan
bet
week
right
5,
here.
to be honest.
All right. Well, that was some analysis you just gave there, Nick, about
It's no analysis, just the
Just
Browns
gut
are
feeling.
going
Pure
to.
sentiment based.
Your analysis
no
was the
stats.
Browns is going to Browns. That was your analysis.
Yes.
No,
Literally.
I would never go there.
That's pretty much what it was. But all right, we have the 49ers going into Carolina to play the Panthers. Alex, what do we got here?
Yeah, I took San Fran -6, grabbed it before the touchdown. I'm sure we've all seen this stat at this point. The Panthers are 1-26 when teams score more than 17 points on them. And the 49ers just were absolutely dominant on Monday Night Football against a much better defense. I've got no issue thinking that they're going to hit that 17 number and make it 1-27 for Carolina. This is pretty no-brainer for me. I actually think the Panthers are worse than the Texans. I think the Panthers are the worst team in the league.
I would agree with that.
I still think the Steelers could really still battle for that spot, as I said at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
And
I won't argue that one.
I think the 49ers are also really good. We saw them in prime time. I mean, they're awesome. They crushed the Rams. So that was an exciting game.
I will say when that offense is going, when that run game is going, they are fun to watch.
Yeah, I really love their defense. Fred Warner and Nick Bosa.
Yeah,
I feel like every single play, you're like, all right, they're going to get there and they're going to get there fast. Like
Yeah.
I think that I actually enjoy watching that defense, which is kind of unique, I think. So Baker's going to have a long day in front of him, I think. So
OBJ Senior was right.
Yep. Yeah, poor DJ Moore. I mean, yikes.
Yeah.
It's not looking good. He even looks worse than last year, to be honest with you. So my guess is that
Baker manages to make a lot of people look worse than they actually are.
Yeah, I think Sam Darnold's probably going to be starting in the next few weeks. And Matt Rule's probably going to be fired as well.
It's looking rough over there.
That was a terrible hire.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So
there's
I think
very,
that's an easy pick. Could be my other lock of the week, honestly.
There's very few college coaches who can translate well into the NFL, and this just goes to show you that it's not
Even
just
Saban couldn't.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say even the best.
I'll
Saban
say
can
one
do
thing
it.
on the 49ers game. If the Panthers cover this, it's going to be because Jimmy G has just one of those like, this is why we didn't want him to be our quarterback game.
Yeah.
And the Panthers defense kind of, gets in their head a bit. And that's how I think the Panthers could like backdoor cover this or just cover this in general. Other than that,
Yeah.
there's no way. Like, I don't think it's going to be on the back of like Baker or anything. It would be the Panthers defense.
Yeah.
All right. Next game, we have the Eagles going into Arizona. And we have one pick from this game. And it looks like, Corey, do we have a double lock this week?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's better than one, PB? Two.
The one was a homer.
What's
pick,
better
he
than
knows he's
losing
gonna
one?
lose.
What's better
And-
than losing one, losing two, I guess.
And you know what? It's even sweeter because you get another rhyme from me. Thought you weren't expecting that. So
Is this one titled "Battle of the Birds"?
now it it should have been, but it's
That would've been
it's
good.
not.
Sneak it in
That
there.
would have been good.
Yeah.
I wish I would have thought about that earlier, but again, it might not be my greatest work, but
Little improv, Corey. Just change it.
Yeah,
bro.
improv.
I'm not a
birds.
very good improver. So
Freestyle rapper.
All right, here we go. Let's rock because the second lock of the week is mighty sweet. It will be elite, so I won't be discreet. Give me the Eagles this week. Eagles
Corey-
-5.5. Just wait. Eagles -5.5. Arizona 3-7 ATS and straight up in their last 10 games. And they're 0-7 at home ATS. This Eagles team is a dominant force. They have been a dominant force this entire year. The Cardinals, on the other hand, they won last week. They beat the Panthers. Congratulations. You beat the Panthers. They had to come back against the Raiders. We all think are not going to make the playoffs. The Eagles team they have so many weapons, and they won't be able to stop them. There's absolutely no way. Again, the Cardinals offense doesn't look great. I mean, Kyler Murray is, again, an average quarterback at best right now. Yes, they are at home, but I mean, if this was in Philly, what would this line be? I mean,
Over a touchdown for sure.
yeah, easily.
Yeah.
So I don't care. It's in Arizona. Cliff Kingsbury, I don't think is a good coach. Nick Sirianni is looking a little bit better. The Eagles defense is looking good as well. I mean, I don't think this will be. I mean, it'll be close, but at the end of the day, the Eagles are just going to run away with it at the third and fourth quarter here.
I remember last year too, the Cardinals were like 1-8 or 2-7 or something at home. Like all of
Yeah.
their wins last year when they made the playoffs were on the road.
Yeah. All their wins were on the road last year. So
Well, I have just a few things to say. One, Corey, your poems legit sound like a kindergartner just learning how to like write poetry for the first time. It's
all right. Well, you know what?
it's
How
rough.
about next week you go write us a poem?
I don't think poems.
But
I
you
mean,
stick to a haiku.
yeah, stick to it. Second, the Rondell Moore is going to be the X factor in this game. I think he's going to have a massive game against the Eagles. I don't think this is a Marquise Brown week, but I do think Kyler is going to run all over the Eagles, and I think Rondell Moore has a big game.
Okay.
And I think that would. I don't have a pick in this game, but I think that Eagles are just a bad pick against the spread right now, with everyone all over their nuts right now.
Do you want to make another Eagles bet here?
I mean, what do you
$50 again? -5.5. I took
Maybe
your money
you'll-
last week with the Jags. I'll take it again this week.
Oh yeah, that Jags one was rough. After
Yeah,
that
maybe
start.
you'll learn not to talk after the first quarter.
Yeah.
as much.
That
You
was
want it,
looking
PB?
so good.
You want it?
We'll talk
Come on.
after, but I
No,
will.
no. Let's put it on. Let's put it on
On the
paper right now.
airwaves.
Is that what the line is still currently at?
Yeah, on FanDuel
Right.
at least.
-5.5 peeps. $50. 50 bones.
We'll come back to it at the end of the show, and I'll confirm.
Right,
But
move on.
I'll let you know. All right. Next, we have a few more games left. Cowboys going in to Los Angeles. Nick, you got a pick here. I kind of like it.
Yeah. I think that's a lot of points. I don't know why people are hating on the Cowboys. I think their defense looks pretty awesome this year.
Yeah.
Trayvon Diggs definitely took into account all the hate he was getting for just blown coverages last year. He's looking a lot better. I think their defense is going to carry them. Cooper Rush doesn't look bad if he continues to play, and if we see a Dak, reappearance, that I think that's even better. So, we saw prime time. The Rams aren't what they used to be. So I thought the Cowboys should have been favored in this one. So I'm definitely taking the points.
That is such a mismatch, that D line against the Rams.
Yeah,
O-line, like Micah Parsons is gonna eat Stafford alive.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand that one. So I'm just gonna take the points and be happy with it.
All right. I like it. I like it. Next, 2 more games to get through. Well, actually, only 1 more game, it sounds like, right?
We'll talk
Just
a little
one more.
about Monday
Ravens
night, but
Bengals. Little
Yeah,
division rivalry.
So Bengals versus the Ravens. So my pick from this game is my final teaser of the week, and it's going to be Cincinnati, Baltimore over 42. You got to tease it down from 48. We've seen these 2 teams play in the past where Jamar Chase alone has scored 21 points by himself, just absolutely owns Marlon Humphreys. In this primetime game, I just think like these are like, even for the Ravens, who have been known to be like a more run heavy team, they still run the ball, but Lamar seems to be slinging the ball around a lot more. And we know that's what the Bengals like to do. So again, there's teams that pass the ball a lot more. I like to lean over, just more plays in the game. So I like pairing that over 42 with Detroit, New England under 52.5. Like, I like the under at its line of 46.5, like by itself, but like teasing it up to 52.5 to pair with this, absolutely love it. Detroit, I kind of commented on Corey's pick. Going into New England, I think, is a really tough spot, no matter how well this Detroit team has played. And then New England, I don't expect a game like they had against the Packers to like repeat. I think they score a lot less points. I think this game in general is a very, very low scoring game. So yeah, I like pairing that over 42 with Detroit, New England under 52.5 for my final pick, final teaser. Most of my I feel like the last 2 weeks just been a lot of teasers.
Yeah. So I love the Ravens this year. I'm most afraid of them. I think they could almost be on the same tier as the Bills right now. And I think Lamar's slinging the rock, because that's got to be the only knock against the guy in his contract negotiations this offseason. So, he's going out there and proving he could do whatever he wants. I think the Ravens have a pretty young defensive core too that we're kind of see coming into shape here. They're going to be pretty scary. They got a couple first, second round picks, Kyle Hamilton, David Ojabo. Those are superstars in college. They're starting to come alive, get used to the NFL speed. So, I kind of like the call for the under there too. So
that crazy stat I saw today, the Ravens are 2-2, and they have been down
14 seconds
in 4 games.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They look really good.
That's insane. That was the knock on them or was it last year or 2 years ago when they got all those late spots going for 2 and they missed most of them. And it was the same kind of narrative.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah,
let's just
killing it.
I think we should just touch really quickly on the Monday night game, because it's not a doozy this week.
I don't have a pick from the game, so
no, I don't either. But I would lean over the total here of what is it, 51.5. Yeah, I'd lean over there. You saw what the Chiefs did last week to that Bucs defense, and the Raiders defense is not good. And the Raiders will have to play from behind and throw the ball. So
Nick, can we get it on record that your Mahomes take was the worst that you've ever had?
Yeah, we need it.
And then we'll end the show.
Yeah, hindsight's 20/20 on some of these things. When I'll be honest, last year wasn't high in Mahomes. Thought he was overpaid in that contract. We're starting to see a lot more contracts come through of that size and caliber, so I'm less concerned about it from just a roster construction perspective.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Obviously, I've been fumbling over my words for 2 years saying Patrick Mahomes is bad. So, yeah, he's pretty good. He's an improviser. Some may say magician.
Some may say.
Yeah. Who's that guy in Vegas who's real crazy? He'll like lay under like
David
those
Blaine.
steamrollers. No,
Chris
not
Angel.
David Blaine. Chris Angel.
Angel?
Patrick Mahomes is the Chris Angel of quarterbacks.
No.
The guy he just makes it happen.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I don't
Didn't think
know.
Chris
I-
Angel
that
would be
was-
brought up
that
in
was
the
a mess.
show, but here we are.
Here we are.
He's a mind freak.
And Corey, to end the show, I'll take you up on that. I'll take the Cardinals plus 5.5.
All right, lock it in.
I will take my 50 back, please.
All right, let's double up this week, boys. See you guys at the window, or PB in my Venmo account. That'll work too.
All
Like
right.
and subscribe.
Like
Yep.
and subscribe.
That'll do it. See you tomorrow for our DFS episode.